Welcome into A Toast Film, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Trey.
Oh my God. I'm one of your hosts, Evo. And guys, I know it's a little wonky. We're working on it, but Trey is back.
Man.
Literally this week, he moved back from North Carolina.
What a journey.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be back right here in the studio. Now we got visuals here.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the expressions on our face when we get to review Smile 2. So I feel like that's pretty fitting. But
we're gonna be smiling,
man. We can't wait to bring y'all this review. We just got out of the theaters. It was a really intense watch. But before I go any further, Eddie, why don't you tell the people what we got for
So
them?
guys, Trey is back. So we're gonna be reviewing a movie as we do Smile 2, and we're also gonna end it with not a list, not a ranking, but a blind ranking for Trey that I have concocted.
I'm nervous.
But dude, two things real quick. One, we're toasting with the Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale. This is aged in bourbon barrels. Hopefully you can see it. And this thing packs a punch, Trey.
Just like the Smile 2.
And dude, what also packed a punch was the notification, the feeling that my boy, my girls, y'all were all moving back. Yes. Dude, how was it up there? Because, you know, in Columbus, we only have AMC.
Yeah.
That's the only theaters we have. But there you had AMC, Cinemark, Regal, Sun Valley. Synergy. You know, you had such a diverse, and some had the recliner seats.
Yeah.
Some, you know, had different, like, collectible things. Like, you got the alien popcorn bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The one we went to for Terrifier 3 had the heated seats.
Yes. Yeah.
So, dude, what was it like? Not just the theaters, but really just what was it like being away for 2 years?
Oh man. Well, it was incredible. I mean, if anyone has the opportunity to go out and venture to a new city, I'd tell them to do it. I've never left Columbus. We had to go to Charlotte for a job opportunity for my girlfriend, and I am so glad we did. Charlotte will always be our second home, and amazing city, tons of things to do. And just like Eddie said, I've only ever been used to AMC theaters before AMC was Carmike over here. And there you get a little bit of everything. I mean,
what was the one that had the tables and the waiters?
Synergy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And now Atlanta has something similar called the silver screen, I want to say. But just a great experience. Right on your armrest, you got a QR code. You scan it so the waiters know, what seat to bring it to. You get alcohol. You get all the food that you want. Fantastic theater. You get a tray in front of you, so you just not carrying it on your lap,
dude. One that I didn't mention, but it's because I wanted to make sure it was the last one we mentioned, was the gym. We brought this up to y'all when we did Alien Romulus, and let me tell you, that theater, it's set up, it's one of those old school theaters. They put a screen on it.
Yeah.
Concession is dirt cheap. The tickets are dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And it has this beautiful sign that they'll put whatever movie they're showing, because they just show like one movie. And so cool.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, just like Eddie said, the tickets were $2-3. Popcorn is $2. Candy, drinks are $2. It is incredible. And if you're wondering how they can afford to do that, just like I did, it's part of the Historic Society over there. So they get, monthly city funding as a staple for it to be in the city, right in Charlotte, in Kannapolis. So just a great experience. If you're a movie lover like Eddie and I are, it's fun to experience different theaters. And like I said, now that collectibles are becoming so big, it's pretty nice to have all 3 different theater chains that I could get any one of them at my fingertips. And
now you're subjected to just AMC.
Yep. And Nicole Kidman on the screen, which I have missed I've missed dearly for 2 years.
Dude, it was, one of these things. They keep faking me out, because we saw, when we went and saw Smile 2, and we're getting into the review now. When we went and saw Smile 2, they played something before Nicole Kidman, and I was like, did they finally do it?
Yeah.
Are they switching us over? Where it was like a thing about like not texting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nicole Kidman stuff. And I was like,
I'm telling you,
such defeat.
I've not had to listen to that. I haven't really been to an AMC in 2 years hardly. So it's been nice to not listen to her for a change. I'm about sick of her. I think everyone that goes to AMC theaters is sick of her. And it just doesn't make any sense. Why are you advertising when we're already in the theater? It will never make sense to me. But
you know what? Also didn't make sense, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Was
Smile 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Gang, let me tell y'all, Smile 2 delivers on all fronts. This movie, it hits us right in the face in the trailer. This is a psychological horror movie. And I'm going to tell you, that's exactly what you get.
Yeah.
This movie is very trippy. It's very intense, unbearable at times because you're on the edge of your seat and you're like, I just do not want to watch what I'm seeing.
And so this is from Parker Finn, who was the writer director of Laura Hasn't Slept, which was the prelude to Smile. It was, his inspiration, his short. And then he also did Smile 1 and he's done Smile 2. And this takes place 6 days after Smile 1. They, tell us the beginning. And this has Naomi Scott as Sky Riley, huge singer. We've seen her Charlie's Angels, Aladdin, Power Rangers. We also got Rosemary DeWitt as her mom, Miles Gutierrez Riley as Jordan, Peter Jacobson as Morris, and Dylan Jalula as Gemma.
And I want to bounce off of that cast. I think, and you're hearing it here first, all the actors and actresses that Eddie just named, I think are about to get a major push in Hollywood. We're starting to see them more on the big screen, all these names that we've just mentioned. And we've got some really big legacy names like Jack Nicholson's son with Ray Nicholson.
Yeah.
And
Peter Jacobson's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And so I really think Smile 2, along with the phenomenal ratings that this movie's gotten, is going to catapult a lot of these actors and actresses to be in a lot more blockbuster, signing more contracts, because everyone delivered in this movie. I think the acting is something that we can say was an A+ across the board.
Yeah. So when you're discussing this, you have to get into several things, because from, what would you say? I don't want to spoil anything, but it's something from the trailer where she sees, Lewis kill himself.
Yes.
From that motion, from that scene until the very end of the movie, this movie plays with your head, because we do not know if anything was real from that one spot to the very final spot. And so, that can take away for some people, but then you have to look at other characteristics. Like, okay, how was the acting? Top tier. I mean,
yes.
Naomi Scott, I've always been high on, since seeing her in some other stuff.
Yeah.
Especially, I really loved her as Jasmine.
Yeah.
And I appreciate her in Charlie's Angels. She's very comedic in that.
She's always delivered. Any role that they gave her, I feel like she has really embodied the role, and she's given it 100%. I've never seen otherwise.
Holy smokes. She puts a lot into this. The tears, screaming.
Yes.
The pulling at her hair and stuff.
This will not be her last horror movie. I know that for a fact. Directors are going to see her and they're going to say, this can be a new kind of a scream queen.
Yeah.
Without that being her whole persona. She's very, multi-dimensional in her acting abilities. But that is one that I feel like a lot of directors look for, who's a good, can be really good at showing fear, screaming when the moment's necessary.
Dude,
she delivers on all
screaming.
She delivers on all fronts.
Screaming, a lot of crying. And another thing you look at is the shots. So
yes,
while there was, I think, one too many shots of, you'll see like a scenic skyscape and the camera will flip upside down. Well, I do think there was too many of those. There were so many incredible scenes when you think about the choreography.
Yeah.
They show a little bit of it in the trailer where her backup dancers are coming down the hallway. Let me tell y'all, that scene,
oh man,
y'all don't even know what that scene is
Yeah,
about. That
yeah.
shot is amazing, but the prelude to that scene and then the whole scene involving them,
yeah,
insane.
yeah,
And there's a lot of uncomfortable stuff in this movie.
a
Like,
lot.
you know, Trey asked me at the movie, is like, Bud, I gotta wonder, did you even like the movie? Because
Yeah,
he could tell from my body language, because this movie is just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because this lady, you know, unlike the last one, where it's, you know, a small town psychiatrist,
right.
You know, Kevin Bacon star Sosie. In this one, this is a mega star. This is like a Lady Gaga, you know, a Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
And so she's always in the public eye. And there's just so many uncomfortable scenes and
a
lot of gore too.
The director knew what he was doing when he wanted to evolve Smile to the next stage. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And I tell you, he knew that you make a psychological thriller like the first Smile, but you put it on the big stage where you've got thousands of people watching, we're automatically going to get that secondhand embarrassment where you just kind of want to like shut your eyes down, act like you're not seeing it. We feel like we're there.
I was doing that.
Oh, we all did it. But
dude, let me say real quick, rest in peace to those tidy whities. If you see the movie, you'll know what I mean, but those tidy whities never stood a chance.
I've got a question for you, Eddie.
Okay, hit me.
Is there, just for the viewers out there that want to know, that are on the fence about scary movies, did this movie scare you?
So I would say this movie did not scare me. It made me uncomfortable, you know, which is what he intended. You can tell that's like what Trey was saying. He wanted you to feel that secondhand cringe.
Yeah.
But also this movie, it relied very heavy on jump scares.
Yes.
Like this movie, the second you hear it get quiet, just know something's about to jump out and scream.
Right.
And so, no, I would say this movie is not scary. Are you going to jump? Yes, because, you know, that's what jump scare is.
Yeah.
It's not something you're scared of. It's something that scares you, surprises you.
Yeah, it's not something like The Conjuring where you're going to want to keep the lights on after the film credits roll, you know, that night. But they are going to do some jump scares to get you in the mood, you know, for this type of movie, but nothing that's going to freak you out way after the credits roll, anything like that.
Dude, let me tell y'all, Miles Gutierrez Riley, who played Jordan, her assistant, that dude was cracking me up in this movie. He did such a good job, but
they all did.
And I mean, Naomi Scott, so good. All these actors, so good. But, you know, I would say if I had to tell people the best actor in the movie, it was the Voss water bottle. I mean, holy smokes, y'all.
I started seeing jokes about that before I saw this movie, and I was like, man, what in the world are they talking about? Now, get it now.
They weaved into the story that because she is this ex-addict, whenever she's feeling overwhelmed and where she would like use a substance, do alcohol, she's supposed to drink a whole glass of water. Yeah. And so there's all these scenes of her chugging water. So Voss is everywhere to the point that she chugs half a bottle of water, sets it on the counter, walks away, and the camera pans to the empty bottle, not to her. Yeah. So this movie, Voss water, y'all. I hope y'all got y'all's money worth because it is all over there.
But it's funny. I mean, they do throw in some funny jokes in there, but I gotta tell y'all, this movie, it really delivered. This is not a movie I want to revisit, and I think that's actually a compliment for the director. I don't think the director wants you to revisit this movie. He specifically made this movie very uncomfortable to watch with a ton of secondhand embarrassment that you're going to feel
very uncomfortable
from the main protagonist. But he did a fantastic job. That's what he wanted, and that's very well what he accomplished. So I will tell you, it does knock points on replay value, but I'm going to judge this movie as how it was crafted and what it was intended for. So I will, dive into that review. But
let's go to ratings, bud.
What's good ratings? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think this movie at a floor, is a 3.8. That's where I'm sitting right now. I hate to say it, the replay value and how uncomfortable it was, it does have some impact, but I will admit that that's what the director wanted. He didn't want this movie to have replay value. I mean, I don't, unless people just enjoy being uncomfortable. You know, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to rewatch this movie, but let me tell y'all, the film was crafted impeccably. The director, there's no doubt Smile 2 is better than Smile 1. You can tell in the production value. Also, the director has not only crafted a psychological thriller, but he's really learned and dived into what it's like being a big pop star and what that tells behind the scenes. I felt like I know what the industry is like in the behind the scenes of the pop industry. And we also got to give the guy credit because, and I don't know if you thought about this, he created 5 songs for this movie, original songs.
That is true.
And we have to give props for that because that shows that the director goes the extra mile. The writer and the director, they really want people to believe this is a pop star at its core. We don't want anyone to feel like this isn't the case. And we feel that. Sky Riley is a major icon in the world and everyone loves her. We get to see a lot of that. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the reviews are real. If you see on Rotten Tomatoes that it's around 85%, yeah, it's up there. I would say it's a fantastic movie. Everyone that's a big horror fan should watch this movie. You might not want to rewatch it, but I think it's solid. And so for me, I give it a 3.8 out of 5, which I think it's well overpassing, especially on Rotten Tomato scales. And again, the acting is fantastic. I think this movie is going to catapult a lot of the actors and actresses in it. And you know, I hope that he does a Smile 3. I've really enjoyed both of them, and I want to see where we can go with this.
I will say with the ending, I don't know how he could top that. Yeah. But so I'm going to give y'all 2 ratings, okay? Because I feel this is the only way I can do this movie justice. So I'm going to give you this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to give y'all a rating, and I'm going to give y'all an Eddie rating.
No, that's fair.
Because I feel the rating I give this movie and the rating like I personally give this movie
would be different. Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I probably sound crazy.
No, I get that.
But so I would put this movie at around a 4.
And that's the non-Eddie rating?
Non-Eddie rating.
Okay.
Because the acting is incredible.
Yeah.
The choreography on some of the like stuff is so good.
It is.
The story I really liked. Shot well. You know, the jump scares were a little too much at some points.
But they got Spencer.
Yeah.
A lot of them did get
Spencer.
They
were. But I'm saying that, like, we could have used a little, just a tiny bit less. I said, a tiny bit less of the flipping around. And I would have liked a little clarification.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's a 30-second scene showing, like, is what was happening. I don't know. I would have liked a little something. So for me, though, I would put this at like a 3.3, 3.4.
Okay.
There's no replay value. And I don't mind being grossed out. I don't mind being scared, but I'm not big on being like super uncomfortable, like secondhand cringe. I'm just like, I'm like Trey told you, I was like this and this.
And most people will be.
And so that's just not what I want from a movie experience.
Well, and I will tell you all this. This is the tiniest spoiler, but it's come to be expected. Just like in the first one, you do see the demon.
Yeah.
And if I'm remembering correctly, the demon looks a little different in this one.
No, he does look different.
And it was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was pretty cool.
What they do with it was very cool.
And I feel like there was a little bit more practical effects in this movie opposed to CG. I mean, or at least the CG didn't feel as CG. You know what I mean? So so y'all heard it here. Eddie gave this a 4 on a movie and technical standpoint. And I give it just overall with a combination of me and that a 3.8. And with Eddie in general, just with his movie love, a 3.4.
Yeah.
Which I think is all around good reviews.
Trust me.
And
we've given worse this year.
And let me ask you this for the viewers. This is a movie you would own on Blu-ray.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, same. I would buy this on Blu-ray just to add to the collection.
Especially if they come out, like, I would even buy, like, a nice steelbook.
I feel like they would have the smile.
I'm not going to watch it, though. I'll go and tell y'all. Like, or if I do, I'm just going to jump around to the scenes I like.
And let me just clarify this last thing.
Mm-hmm.
You are looking at two of the biggest horror fanatics out there. We're very desensitized to horror. It's not the horror that was bothering us. It's the secondhand embarrassment.
It's the drama side.
Yeah, the drama secondhand.
Somebody dealing with this who, is a known addict.
Yeah, because a lot of this movie is her doing things and a lot of people seeing it, but she's seeing something different.
Yeah.
And so we're feeling
scene.
Yeah, we're feeling what the audience is feeling that is watching her, and it's very just embarrassing and uncomfortable. So that's why we're lacking. It's not because of the horror, because Terrifier franchise is one of my absolute favorites, and it doesn't get any gorier than that. So I just kind of want to temper that, a little bit. But
dude, that is it. We're back.
Yeah.
And since we're back, I told you we're not doing a list this week. Since you're back, we are doing a blind ranking. I've not told Trey the theme. I'm going to see. He'll probably figure it out. We'll have him guess at the end if he doesn't figure it out.
Okay.
But, Trey, are you ready? I will tell you, there are 7 films. Okay?
7. Okay.
7 films. So I'm going to give you the movies one by one. And you will have to pick a slot.
Okay.
And that number is gone.
Okay.
So, you got to really think about these choices.
Yeah.
So, starting off, your first film, Terrifier 3.
Oh, love Terrifier 3.
1 to 7. Where's it going?
Just because I don't know what's on this list, I'm going to say 4.
4. Okay.
I feel like I love Terrifier 3. It definitely has a place on this list, and it doesn't deserve to be low,
Okay. Your second film, Knock at the Cabin.
I'll because again, I don't know what's on the list. I'm gonna have to say, 7.
Whoa, all the way at the bottom.
I really like Knock at the Cabin.
He does. We actually had a known thing on the podcast about a Fast 10 versus Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
Okay, your next film, Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Solid movie. Really, really good movie. I'm going to say 6 though.
I thought you were going to go 6. I was like, I feel like he's going to go 5 or 6.
But great movie though. Really solid.
Good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Next up, Haunt. That amusement park one with the masks.
I really liked
You have
Haunt.
1, 2, 3, and 5 available.
I really liked Haunt a lot. I gotta give it like a little bonus points because it is a standalone and it really surprised me. I'm gonna go 3.
Ooh, okay.
I can't believe I'm putting over Terrifier 3, but it really did a lot right. I mean, dude, Haunt was solid.
If y'all haven't seen Haunt, you want to talk about a great horror movie.
Well, and it's got the gore just like Terrifier, but it has a surprise element.
Yeah,
I was not expecting
that we can't say.
Yeah, no, it would take it away.
That's the most incredible thing.
Yeah.
So Trey, going into your final 3 films,
you got 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah. Next up, Violent Night, the Santa movie with David. What is it, Hargraves?
Yeah,
from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I gotta go 5.
So you have 1 and 2 available. So next up, Alien Romulus.
Oh man, love Alien Romulus. And by the way, I don't get the hate.
I don't either.
There's hate out there for Alien Romulus. Why?
Yeah,
it was fantastic. It's not as good as 1 and 2. We all know that, but It is solid, and they gave us a really fun final act. What's not to love about it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Would y'all rather have Alien Resurrection,
Yeah.
Alien 3, or Alien Covenant?
What is this resurrection for Alien 3? It was not good.
Alien
Let's
3 's
just
terrible.
bury that.
It's
Okay.
86.
All right.
So you got 1 and 2.
I'm gonna go 2. I need to know what was number 1.
Okay, so let's start backwards so we can reveal at the end. Number 7, Knock at the Cabin.
I already know it's gonna be bad.
Number 6,
it's gonna be bad.
Avatar: The Way of Water. Number 5, Violent Night. Number 4, Terrifier 3. Number 3, Haunt. Number 2, Alien Romulus. And the movie that Trey has ranked above all these films is the No Talking Silent Night.
Trey,
was it the scene where he's dancing with the coked up girl and they're just smiling at each other? Was that the scene that made it number 1?
I hate that movie. I hate that movie.
And Trey, did you guess the theme?
They're all, well, you've got some Christmas horror and it's seasonal horror, right?
No. Trey, these are 7 films we all watched together for the first time in Charlotte.
Oh, no way.
Other than Haunt, all 6 of those.
No, we did watch Haunt. We watched that at the house in Charlotte.
But I'm saying other than Haunt, we went to the theater for all of those.
I did not even think
I meant to add Furiosa, but
wow.
I didn't realize until we had already started recording.
Silent Night at number 1. That is going to haunt me forever.
It's going to haunt him
a true
forever.
haunt.
I feel the secondhand cringe right now. And then Trey just...
Guys, go out and see Smile 2.
Yeah.
It deserves the box office
one
numbers. Go out and see the one watch, but bring your friends. It's a lot of fun. And I got to say, we are happy to be back together.
It's back.
Giving the pod what it needed. We love it. We love you guys. So we're expect a lot more of us weekly.
Yeah.
And a lot more reviews to come.
Dude, so many. And let me tell you all the ways you can follow us. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be posting shorts on TikTok, for us coming up soon, doing some games, some movie games.
Yep.
Me and old Trey over here. So look at us, a Toast to Film, all one word on both of those. Look for us on Twitter at @film_toast. And make sure to check us out on YouTube where you can see this beautiful video. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this face right here. Someone once told him that his voice was so great, they want to make him a pie. That's a true review. I
love pies.
Shout out to my girl Aja.
I love pies, but I do not like my
look
voice.
us up on YouTube.
Thank you, though.
A Toast to Film podcast. And do not forget, we will be back here pretty soon. We're going to be toasting, and we hope you toast. We hope you have a wonderful time. And Trey, we just hope you have a good night.
And good viewing.
My boy.